Learning a new language. Language is a tool for the mind to process the world. It helps us think in solidified processes. What happens when you learn a new language? What sort of effects does it have? Well, to start off, it helps you add in a new type of worldview, the parts of language that we often don't know. Most of the time when we find out someone speaks a new language, we ask, "How do you say this curse word?" However, language is deeper than that. One of the best analogies to describe the depth of language is by imagining that you switch the driving seat in the car. Seems easy, but goes deep. Not only are you switching the steering wheel from the left side of the car to the right, you're also switching a bunch of micro movements. Motions you make when sticking the key in the ignition, turning on the blinkers, picking up the window, etc. It's a similar phenomenon with language. When we think language, we think words, but it goes into cultural beliefs, values, upbringing, etc. Last year, I did a few interviews with different people for their podcasts, and one question asked by people with English as their second language was, "Could you understand me clearly?" More often than not, the answer was yes. I don't blame them though for asking. A language learned is a new skill set for the mind. But it doesn't always have to be a dialect. Learning a skill set in general is the same patterns as language. View doing ballet as a physical version of learning Spanish, or a mild twist. Even what you do for a profession is a language. It represents concepts in your world, and others may not always be fluent in that language. We all had that moment when someone had no clue what we did for a living, no matter how many times we tried explaining. That was because you're speaking highly technical language to them, or the person is not equipped with the basics. All that is to say, the words you use is a process, a form of technology that you'll have to master over time. Don't worry too much about the accent. Often, people aren't noticing that, as long as you enunciate. Worry about the messages that you're communicating. It takes some time for your paradigm to adjust to the new culture. It's the microprocesses that need to be mastered for the emergent property to take place. Once it does, that's when gradual changes will feel like a sudden leap.